That's the stuff right. These devils don't want it. Shorty, only kick, rock, bow, man down. Now, you didn't got your shit rock. Only roll with big shots. Lowest in the gift shop. Dropping bands, so gotta stop. We go let a bitch stop. Gotta keep your lips locked. Name out your mouth. Nigga, 7 generations bad. Curses throwing wild. Nigga, 2. All you fake clown, fake down. Nigga, sooner or later, king, karma, man, I'll get you. I done mean the cool, I didn't to be, I'm living with the line, Yalaho. Why we got me hating through you? Do my keratin woman food, my got Yalaho. Wake up next lifetime, I got you like Wado. Wake up next lifetime, I got you like Wado. I know. Picture me lyrically spitting on the trampoline, actually a trampoline. 10,000 battle league niggas after me, come to battle me in Japanese, and bash me, attacking me, praying I'm a casualty, tragedy, agony. Wake up, fantasy, I'm lively, dancing, ha. The thoughts of you dragging me, nah. I'm snapping these magically, abracadabra, balls. Gives me cavities, don't start with me. I rip you rascally, raggedy, ass packing and jabbity jab, puts you on your back and your ass. Anyway, happy to be ad. Listen here, facts to fact, yo man, raps ass simply, stacks and math equal, stacks and cash. Pick it up faster than fast, rapidly, capacity, the audacity, the rapid to be faster than higher captain to be. Excuse me, I happen to breathe oxygen naturally, 50,000 angels and back when you want the staff and faculty. On prodigies so happily, mom, deep, vernacularly, anyone after me, faculty, attacking me, advancing me, attacking me, sadly, we remember this shaggedy, raggedy. Stop tagging me. I'm not your baby daddy relief. Things that the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodlines, the aboriginal things that the world know the truth. Expose the lies, study the bloodlines, the aboriginal drive before the Spanish, the Dutch, and the British arrived. Saying we was from Africa and stolen birthright. That's a trick move, something that at 34 with you, claim your nationality of the land, you get screwed. So we studied your background, your treaties you broke, fake as history. Clean go over here on no boat, frontin' like you indigenous to the land. You disgust me, the tomahawks back in our hands, it's here ugly. You running around screaming black power, cause the cells to the truth, rivers filled with a bull and high hills. Native American butt hurt, can't deal, cause they know damn well charlatans ain't real. Respect the aborigine, this land is all you know, you all. You still a guest, motherfucker. I have one little, two little, three little alien grandmas for society, keep killing them, telling me myself. I have one little, two little, three little alien grandmas for society, keep killing them. House nigga, real nigga, fake nigga, feel nigga. My skin ain't black, what the deal, nigga? Salute on my real civilians, aborigines, owners of the land and every goddamn tree and every goddamn sea. Invaders ever cross the step foot on the land that you can step the fuck off. Breathe. You can make a swing the sacred tomahawk. Fucking around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake bricks of slave ships that develop the rest with African. You gonna need more evidence. I'm a American, Aboriginal, indigenous, you broken DNA test. That shit is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal. Get out. Your civil rights acts. All you can eat, big out. Stockholm syndrome. Gets out. Phoenix Moon. Got the antidote. Get that shit out. Meanwhile, nothing about my birthright. Fuck the freestyle. Each man, each woman, each child. Black race is really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly dogs, 18 G goes. Selling myself. I had one little, two little, three little, young brown. Keep killing. Hey. Say go. Halito. Chimachukma. Tohitsu. Kamwengapo. Grand elevations. What's happening with y'all early birds? Moon in the morning. If a picture's worth 1,000 words. So, say nothing but the same shit warmed over. But I'm going to let you know, if your genealogist discuss this shit in any fucking capacity when they don't know what they talking about. And there's nothing wrong with not knowing what you're talking about, but don't talk until you know what's going on. Beautiful ones doing. I hope everything is healthy. Y'all better watch out for these wild niggas and these fucked up energies. Shit. I've been saying this shit for years, and it's disgusting that niggas gotta go back and shit. Make me go fucking backwards to go sit down and play in the dirt with these motherfuckers swan shit up. Right? This ain't got shit to do with me. I didn't make these motherfucking rules. How do I drop this? Fuckers to sit there and say all this smooth shit, and they doing motherfuckers just like rocking motherfuckers to sleep. These beautiful fucking distractions. Right? This is how the nations got dissolved from these motherfuckers acting like, you know, they over qualified themselves for positions that they can't fill.
Can you hear me now? Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me now. I think I fixed it. Let me see the one. So, like I was saying, how these people been around all this time, right? They've been around all this time, talk all this shit, and they want to know, how do I have so many grandparents? Yeah, I think that's super weird. I think that's super weird. And they act like they every single bit of an expert. How? How? How many grandparents did you find? And if you are trying to wonder why I am where I'm at, I am there because I was around 20 years ago doing this. And this is why I go back to saying that these people ain't qualified, right? And the reason why they're not qualified is because the people that they're learning from are lying. Let's talk about it. Hold on. My bad. And the reason being is because they fucking lying. Oh, CEO, beloved ones, how y'all doing? What's up, Urban? Copper Fox. Hey, Sylvia Love Jones. Halito. I feel your energy, sister. I think we some kind of kin. Let's figure it out, Sylvia, Miss Sylvia. Warrior King. Grand Elevations, beloved Dino. Pam, what's up, cousin Pam? Mike Taylor. So, you know, Ohio player, Grand Elevations, beloved one. Got that true chief energy. You always did. Always carry himself like an alpha male. Always feel safe in your presence, Ohio player. Appreciate you, good brother. Staying 100, right? Been around a long time. So, um, yeah, like these niggas is lying. They not telling people what's up with the what's up. And it's a disservice, right? This is why you can't tell people too much information because they get overloaded. And that's not fair too. Because between that and life's natural traumas that we have no idea about, they going through what they going through, right? So when they get new information, the people that had it before we had all this computer shit and everything, remember, it looked like they went crazy and shit, right? When it went crazy, when cell phones start coming out, I know two niggas that to this day still ain't got no cell phone. Like, nah, that shit is bad. Probably start fucking with your brain. That's too much control that they got, knowing where I'm at all the time, tracking devices and blah, blah, blah. They was on some enemy of the state shit since the 90s. Under the radar. Facts. And if they had too much information, a lot of them got these downloads and didn't know how to articulate it. And then in those times, you had all these niggas that was talking about Yakub, the big head scientist, was growing white people in the lab and shit. And then all of a sudden, the white people is the whole enemy and all that. When really these niggas got over blaming white people for everything. Not saying they didn't do shit, but these niggas did shit and nobody stopped them. Niggas ain't safe in their own shit and they are supposed to protect. And this shit ain't secure. It's not secure. So that people are bringing in the black outcome into being an Indian. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right. We are very unique, and what we have is very different and delicate. And it's not to be abused in no shape, fashion, or form by no goddamn grandma killers and grandpa murderers. You know what I'm saying? And that tends to happen. It's been happening for a while. This is why people been around so long and they still where they at. And that's not fair. Didn't we all grow up together? As far as Indian country is concerned, it's a lot of people that been around for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. There's some shit you should have acquired, some shit you should have gained. Definitely you should have got a peace of mind. And you definitely can't be ignoring these motherfucking problems that are in your way that have nothing to do with pilgrims. Nothing to do with them. Very little to do with them. We can't even address the pilgrim problems because there's foxes in the hen house. So how many grandparents do you have? The same amount as me, and I have the same amount as everybody else. Right? So if a picture's worth 1,000 words, why are these people triggered by shit that don't even mean nothing? Right? You could show a picture of somebody on your job, and at this point, these sensitive, fake Indians will start acting like you said that was their cousin. It's such a shame. It's such a shame. So my topic this morning is to tell you we all got the same amount of grandparents. Everybody has the same amount of grandparents, even if those grandparents only had one child. Can everybody else hear me? Can everybody else hear me? Drop a one. Or you can hear me? Okay. Warrior Sounding said they could hear, beloved. Um, Cousin Bobby, hey beauty. Grand Elevations, beloved one. We gotta talk, Bobby. We need to talk soon, beloved. Um, we all got the same amount of grandparents. I don't know how these other genealogists are explaining it, but let me just tell you what they're lying about. And if they're not explaining it as they profess to be elders, right, or experts rather, then I'm gonna tell you how to sort them out. Because you can't do nobody's pre-colonial history for free. And here's why. You won't be able to shit, shower, shave, take care of your man or woman, take care of your children, eat. Remember to eat. Stop to eat. Running over here, running over there, running over here, there, and way over there. And who's doing that? So if you're neglecting everything you got going on for doing this extensive research that takes fucking years, they're lying to you if they act like they can complete your entire tree to all its availability in one little session for $200-$300, and no free nigga is absolutely going to get you there. You notice they don't even talk about pre-colonial or colonial ancestors. They go Dawes Rolls. They go to tribes that still exist, but they can't attach themselves to it. And if you are able to attach yourself to those tribes, especially by their rules and guidelines that was already set up, see, because you can't interrupt that. Can't interrupt that. And the reason why you can't interrupt that because somebody wasn't acting right when they was making the decisions. And they got excluded from the decision-making process and didn't make us think about it. Everybody's got their own things. But if people are related and they are a part of the Dawes Rolls, then their argument is no longer the same as the Indians that were misclassified, detribalized in these other Jim Crow places. It's not the same thing. They have to take it up with their nations and the 5 civilized tribes. That's not no Virginia Indian problem. That's not no Lenape problem. That's not no West Florida Seminole problem, because they got Oklahoma Seminoles. They got different, right? Virginia Indian problems is not the same as even Baltimore Indian problems. How about that? How about that? Virginia Indian problems may be similar to Tennessee Indian problems. And that depends on who you related to there, because Eastern Tennessee was completely fucking Cherokee territory. So how come at this point your genealogy didn't know the time frame, regardless of whether it calls them black, mulatto, or whatever, slave, white, that they have some Cherokee blood right there? And clearly, when you see the foreigner on the census record at that point, and you see the job title, the so-called white man's occupation, but you see all your ancestors there, and there's no race listed. And they say you just supposed to assume they white. That's a lie. So then that gives you another clue. When you see that one person that may be identified as white, you're going to go look them up and see if they're in that particular place's free color people registry. Because even though they listed them white on the census that comes around every 10 years, that motherfucker might still be an Indian. Dark as me, and they calling them white. So now the niggas is on the look of shit just the same way that the 750s was. You don't look like an Indian. You don't look like an Indian. Y'all abos, y'all wabos, abos. Y'all don't look like Indians. And now these so-called Indians, abos, no, because they're not Indians. They're not, because they don't behave like it either. They're abos, and that's fine too. The abos, right? They have no order. They are lawless and primitive. Cavemen. They the cavemen. They got the Neanderthal characteristics. Want to beat the woman over the head and drag her by here. Come on, bitch. Chocolate style. Remember that song, Chocolate? That's how they act. Wild and disrespectful. No order and decorum. No order and decorum. Who the fuck they think they waging war on? What the fuck make them think they gonna win? With malevolence and lies and manipulation against these fucking powerful ancestors that we resurrect in the dead. I'm a motherfucking necromancer. Motherfuckers talk to me all the time. I say their names all the time. And I find more names to add to the dialogue. Everybody should be doing the same. So when you have these genealogy records, and this is free game that I could charge for in a consultation. This is something I could charge for in a consultation, minus the side chat. I'm a little more professional and direct. I'm talking to my people, so we conversating. But then, if you're in Eastern Tennessee and you see that white person right there near your family, then you go check and base that, cross-reference that with the Indian trader licenses. Indian trader license. And you see grandma and grandpa marriage record. And he might have had a white grandfather or great grandfather, but he's more Indian than white. But that white grandfather don't make him white. It still makes him Indian with an Indian mother and an Indian family and an Indian clan tribe in an Indian nation. And this is how some of these pilgrims became chief. Some of these motherfuckers, Debo, they way in and did a complete 3-card Molly on niggas. And then these genealogists are supposed to be able to spot. Because in totality, as far as who was in Indian territory, They think that everybody paid $5. First of all, half of your folks, if they needed $5, they wasn't the Indians. Enough of the Indians got denied, and they was totally Indians. And it damn sure wasn't because they had $5. And your genealogist should be able to explain this to you. I need some confirmation. Drop one in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. If you agree that this is serious, that has to be explained in its, most articulate way so as people should understand. That's it right there. It's perfect. That's perfect right there. That's the whole truth. I couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. Right? So, they're not telling the truth. These genealogists are not worth their fucking salt. If any of the people that think somebody that did their genealogy is all of that in a bag of chips, right? And can't explain how many grandparents we all have. What's up, TD baby? Official tissue Alabama slammer. Hey, my good brother. You know what I'm saying? A good genealogist is gonna let you know what it's hitting for. Correct. So even though we all have our own story, these niggas still generalizing and not telling the truth. So I show a picture of a sister that was at the motherfucking powwow the other day. Don't know her from a hole in the wall, but the energy was matched, right? And she gets out there, kicks her shoes off. Everybody was feeling it. There was no way you could not feel it. You seen the little babies out there. It was just real cool. You know what I'm saying? I showed a lot of the pictures and shit like that. The Shinnecock and the Uncle Chalk, they fucking pull up when it's time to pull up. And nobody, absolutely nobody, is going to take that experience and that energy and that truth away. And they could feel how they want to feel about it. They could absolutely feel how they want to feel about it. They want to brag about them when they talk about ODB and use ODB to talk about how Indian people are and how ODB always said he was Indian, right? Yeah, but he got swallowed out by y'all niggas. Swallowed up by y'all niggas. And they know who I'm talking to. And if they don't know who I'm talking to, and you'll know who I'm talking to by the way that they respond. Because they always got to respond. And they respond negatively instead of coming correct. And they don't like correction. And this is how the shit ends up. Diaspora L, how you doing, beloved? What's up, Chase Truths? Devil Thornhill, how you doing, beloved? You'll never run out of ancestors, right? You'll never run out. So if you just been doing this for 10 years, you can't expect to be on your 10th generation on every single branch yet. Don't expect that shit. Just spend the rest of your life, spend more time doing that and less time fucking with these niggas. Go over all these motherfuckers' work. Because they have to have sources in there. Don't let them just start connecting fucking people and putting people in your tree. Because that confuses the other people behind you. Right? That confuses the other people behind you. And what I would like to be able to do is upload documents to Ancestry and to Family Search so they're available for other people to look at when they're using those search engines in order to. We got enough drop to where we can contract with them to upload documents. You'll see some stuff. Phoenix Moon added this in 2017. Phoenix Moon added this. Phoenix Moon added this. These is documents that Ancestry and stuff didn't have. But when y'all looking at them trees, some of them leave them public. There's documents and pictures and stuff that I used to have the time I used to be able to add stuff. I don't know who you are, but if they're in my kinfolk, right? I've been able to add stuff that wasn't there for them to search to use. Even if it's a picture of a book I took in the library talking about our family. I'm the first one that put it there. So now everybody else, when they bump into this motherfucking person, boom, they got something that ain't there. That's how we do it. That's how we supposed to be doing it. Each one teach one, you do it in the manner in which is right. Do it in the manner in which is right. So for a period of time, everybody, and if they wasn't, if they were not white for real, right, or what you think, the white, they was absolutely Indian. Look at the women. They had, and then go to the file and look and see if your so-called European grandfather was an Indian trader. Now you have found your tribe. Now you have found one of your tribal lineages because they was marrying into all these other different tribes. So go ahead and act like you're not related to 12 tribes. Stop. Don't let them. Your genealogists ain't no good if they not telling you you got different lineages that go into 15, 20 different tribes. Please tell them to stop. And that's not even including the 1, 2, or 3 European tribes. Them European tribes, even the one is related to thousands that never stepped foot in America. Understand this. Understand this. And it wasn't just, oh no, broke ass motherfucking European that was fucking with our people. And this is how they acquired wealth. You don't think they was here in the 1600s? Europeans was here in the 1600s, and so was kingdoms, Indian chiefdoms and kingdoms still, confederacies still running strong and large and strong, right? So they agreed to the SKV. Some of them didn't want to submit. Niggas went to war. Some of them protected their colony and stayed to themselves, but didn't aggress nobody and didn't, oppress nobody and kept their own people and kept their own name and tried to stay in their own lane. Some of them tried to choose sides with colonizers and was like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. So I don't know how people have been, I have real life. So I can't be on here telling you about every single person and watch out for this and watch out for that. I did all those videos already. I did all the warnings already. So if you still stuck in a place of what we're going to do next, that's fucked up. And maybe I talk a lot. I run through a lot of points in a lot of videos, but I give at least 20 jewels in everything that I'm talking about. Even when that ain't the fucking topic. Some stuff I can't even tell because I gotta hold it so these little cheating ass genealogy people don't fucking get over. They don't get a chance to get away with it. If I give them if I keep reminding them, I don't have to. I keep reminding you of how to spot these niggas. They gonna start trying to advance forward to cover up more things, right? They slow. So if I withhold information, right, on how to spot them after I done already told people how to spot them, I done named them years ago. Look at my old videos on Facebook. I done named them and I had them in the chat. Like, come on, get up here and lie in front of the same people you lied in front of before. In private. Let's talk in public. Let's talk in public. In front of everybody you lied about that I know nothing about. Have receipts. Can't even be diplomatic. So if you want to know if your genealogist is worth their salt, why don't you have the next step for yourself? And if you assigned yourself to a tribe of people because they told you was related, not because you know from your own documentation and someone else knowing from their own, and you get to the nitty gritty so quick, then you know for sure. But if niggas is all these things, they're related to the people that's still there. So because they don't look the way you want them to look, and if you really about the shits and you really want to go and catch the crooks over there, the people that's pretending to be us, if you really want to do that, you'll go and show yourself. So they got to study themselves to make sure they approved. You fool ass niggas. We ain't playing no fucking checkers here. Right? And this is why their minds is fucked up and they don't straighten out their fucking mind. And then when you tell them how, you teach them how to be a king, you teach them how to be a chief, they fucking reject it. They suck phallus. They don't believe nothing. These niggas have no confidence unless another nigga give it to them. Something wrong with that. That's because their daddies wasn't there. They're not really good dads neither. You know what I'm saying? They're not really. They're not good nation men, really, right? They done fucked a lot of women's lives up and shit, and they fucking a lot of kids' lives up. Now you got all these changes that they hate. Plus, they got the fetism on their mind. You know, they talk all that black shit. They killing us. They turning all our sons in the you know, a bundle of sticks. They turning all our sons into this and that. And yeah, because y'all wasn't there. Yeah, because you wasn't there. Yeah, because you didn't take the little kids in the neighborhood and play ball with them. No, you let your homeboy do it who ain't no good and messed up them little kids and shit. And nobody, no niggas know any rapists. No niggas know how to address any of the trauma that's going on. No groups of them where they when I say that, I'm not saying there's none. I'm saying groups of them that are in alliance to police our community and fortify any borders that they think need to be secure so that the people that are able to construct and finish edifying are able to work in fucking peace. Niggas ain't even protecting their motherfucking starting lineup. That's wild, right? You're on a basketball team, your whole starting lineup on a fucking injured reserve, right? Out here getting fucking fouled out and shit, getting fouled. Niggas ain't doing nothing. The refs ain't calling no shots, and they sitting on the sidelines, got a whole lot of motherfucking shit to talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? So they're gonna be mad at the facts and still want to deny shit, and that shit is retarded. But then you don't even gotta accuse them of nothing, and they feel a type of way, and that's because they are doing exactly that, right? Because hit dogs holler, right? And if your shoes ain't untied, don't trip. And you know I ain't got no problem tagging. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is there, it's available. So if Dwight and them wrote down this manual to defeat them, why is the black, the collaborigines, because they like to collaborate with a whole bunch of people that ain't Indians, so they got to stay in that lane. They are not going to be responsible for securing the nation. They are going to be responsible for destroying the nation. Those are the niggas you sent out on the front line because they prophesize death anyway. Some people, and that's how you get to enjoy them in their usefulness. Because they don't have anything to live for. And they, you know, have their way they want their soul to go. And they show you. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you got to respect the honesty, the blatant, even if it's blatant and violated, volatile, and, you know, full of vitriol and shit like that. You got to respect that people show themselves how they really are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got lead poison and shit like that. They mind ain't really going right. Niggas eating bad food and stuff around bad entities, fucking with, you know, shit they don't got no business fucking with. They ain't really get hugged right. They ain't get told they was special. And I find it hilarious how people can talk about where's your Mercedes, young folks, right? And I've been driving since I was 9. I taught my mother how to drive, not my dad. I taught my mother how to drive, my brothers, my little cousins, my children. My children been driving since they was 14. I don't know what the fuck these motherfuckers is talking about. I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. Or how that's important against what's really right and what's going on. They're not, you know. It's not important. But any genealogist worth their salt, right? Ain't nobody doing it for free. I want to show you how it's $20,000. And that's for 4 generations in one place. Go on and look it up. 4 generations in one place. That's not pre-colonial or nothing. Please look it up. I showed it before. I showed it before. $18,000 might be the cheapest you find. Go for it. One location. So if your people moved outside of the county, you lost already. But you gave up 18 grand. You lost. Look it up. Look it up. You want to get mad? You want to get mad at the truth? So that's what people came for, and then they want to hurt you for the same fucking truth, right? Where all you got to do is make a picture worth 1,000 words, good or motherfucking bad. You post a motherfucking picture if you at a concert and some funny shit happened with you and the dude that caught the fly ball, caught the t-shirt that the person you went to go see. Michael Jackson throw his whipped ass t-shirt out in the crowd and the nigga next to you catch it. You like, oh shit, let me take a picture with this nigga. Look, this nigga took this motherfucking picture. You post that shit and niggas is like, look at him with that white guy. He's not one of us. That man's not related to me. Bitch, I ain't related to you neither, but you took for the other person, the stranger in the motherfucking picture, to be what? Besides what I said they were. We understood what we were. You dumb motherfuckers. See, that's that internet shit, right? It's like, no, it ain't real life. This is the internet shit for these motherfuckers. And that's probably a bigger problem than niggas want to talk about. The internet shit, because they could use it to get to all of the grandmothers that we have. We have a lot of them. Why do they want to know how many the fuck I got? Nigga, I got the same amount as you, bitch. You. So a good genealogist should be able to tell you at least that, at the bare minimum. So if they're doing it for free, if they're doing it without taxation, without finance, then why don't they have as many as you? They do. What's hard about that? So in some cases, and what I tell people, and a good genealogist is also going to tell you and show you how to keep the women maiden name. Even though you got the documents that have her with grandpa, you still keep her maiden name. So it's always in your mind. And this is how you have all of those people. So a good genealogist is going to tell you, show you, or do that for you because that's what they know to do. So if you getting somebody that's getting you to the 1700s for the Lodo, even if it's just one line, you've taken about 1,000 hours. Almost 1,000 hours could be out of a motherfucker life. That's shit that they're not doing for their kids, their house, their home. They're just that and that and that. Especially if it's a one-man army and they ain't got a team of people helping them do this. You motherfuckers is lying. So a good genealogist is going to tell you that. A nigga, a smart motherfucker, should know that. A motherfucker that's getting what he paid for should get what he paid for. And everybody that fucks with us gets what they paid for. Or at least you get your money back if you don't like it, because niggas can't make a motherfucker Indian. Understand that. And then we have to keep quiet about all these motherfuckers that ain't Indian and they still sitting around. And we can't share their secret because I personally Okay, is it back now? Chopper one if the sound is back. Chopper one. Okay, back. All right. Minutes. All right, bro. I got you. Um. So yeah, they're not worth their salt. They're not worth their salt if they're not telling you the truth, and that is the truth. Let's see. Can I screen share? How do I do that? I'm on the phone, but I made the post. Rondé, what's up, beloved? What's up, beloved? You know, but a good genealogist is supposed to tell you that. So if someone does your genealogy, um, and you find an Indian, you've gotten what you paid for. But if you want more, there's more to it. And therefore, you can't expect. I put a post up talking about how many grandparents, because you got assholes and all these people that think I'm lying about genealogy. First of all, a picture worth 1,000 words, beloved. Let me bring you up to speed, Franny. Franny baby Al. Okay, I hear that. That's cute, that name. Um, so anyway, these people see a picture of me with somebody at a powwow whose total vibe I felt, right? Wasn't the first one, right? But it was raining outside and we changed the weather with our vibe. The wind was blowing, fucked the umbrella up, and next thing you know, sun came out. It got a little warmer for instance. The love made it hot. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just posted a picture, had a good time, put my little the Lenape girl and me the poor monkey, right? And I posted a picture and that was that. We was just Indian. Today we just Indian, right? Today we a Lenape and we poor monkey, right? It wasn't nothing else. It was nothing else. But they want to keep up the facade of the people that they offended or the people that were offended by them online. But in real life, these people are absolutely there, whether they like it or not. I don't know who the girl is. We took a motherfucking picture in that moment. It was like, yeah, I'm feeling that. Oh, yeah, yeah. That was gangster, right? And I was charging my phone, so I couldn't get what she did because niggas would have been like, oh shit, go ahead, girl. It was one of those moments. You don't steal it. Oh, she not one of us. You dumb motherfuckers, you ain't one of them. Who cares if she not one of us? Who's us, bitch? Especially if you don't know that we got the same amount of fucking grandmothers, you dumb motherfuckers. And I'm talking to who I'm talking to that think they talking to and about me. You can't fucking shake me out my tree. And this is what I mean by that. So when I've been doing this for 20 years and these little niggas was on the nipple still, on their mama nipple still, you know, right? Doing it all wrong. Doing it wrong. They wasn't in my lane. They wasn't in this lane. Is that better? Is that better? Drop a one if the sound is back. Drop a one if the sound is back. Okay, let me go get my charger too. That ain't helping. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. It should be a little better. All right. So, yeah. Facts, Daryl. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody to be the mother that they didn't have and all this, and they got too many expectations, right? And they forget that I am a mother, and I was a good one. My kids are good. They're not out here trying to. My son is handsome as fuck. He ain't out here trying to fuck your daughter's life up, nigga. Respect me. Recognize a real dawn when you see one. That's facts. And these niggas are hate, and they get allowed to hate. I didn't grow up in that era, right? We used to have basketball games, and we had the nice basketball courts, so people from other neighborhoods would come to our basketball courts and stuff like that. You think them little boys used to be able to take us, snatch us by our ponytails and hump on us by the jungle gym? The niggas in our neighborhood will beat their motherfucking ass, and they can't come over here and play no more. Security didn't have to know who they were. People didn't even have to know who you were to protect you. It used to be motherfucking dope fiends nodding out back in the 70s and 80s. And when they wake up, don't catch them in their up moment. They're not gonna let you kidnap no kid from the neighborhood. They ain't gonna let somebody from somewhere else just throw no baby in the car. They'll go in the store and get the butcher to come outside, the Italian butcher come out, bring that baby back. Somebody call 911. The foreigners, everybody used to be like, not the fuck over here. That's facts. The drunk, the people that came back from Vietnam that wasn't all together, they told, don't go over there. Them boys said they was gonna shoot you. Buy me a cigarette. Can you give me a can of beer? Right? You had them people standing in the same spot every motherfucking day. Couldn't advance forward. The whole neighborhood took care of this nigga, bought him a beer every time they see him. Give him what he want. Did you hear what he just said? It looked like he mumbling, but he just told you because everybody talks in front of him and he's keeping you safe, telling you your friends give a bishop you. Yo, Raheem, he give a bishop you, son. Them people that used to stand there with a trench coat on in the middle of the motherfucking summer in the Kumo D cupcake leather hat with the dirty fingernails. And you loved them and you took care of them. And couldn't nobody come over there and disrespect him. Every time you go over there in that area, you need anything, you start asking them if they need anything because they give you so much. Just being fucking kind, right? In their own lane. Motherfucking arrested development ass motherfuckers out here got the biggest goddamn mouth. Their behavior is atrocious. They lawless. They have no fucking respect or regard. The women are out of order. They have to take directions from a nigga to hate somebody else and disrespect another sister. They have no control, no input and nothing, right? For non-aggressive, and they want to make something up and all this vitriol and all this other shit. Don't nobody owe nobody nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? You feel like something, nigga, right? You know we could take it to the court level. I ain't got shit to hide, bitch. I pay taxes and everything. Depends on what state I'm doing business, motherfucker. You got me fucked up. North Carolina says no taxes. New York says, give me that. Fuck you talking about? Fuck you lying to people for? Good genealogists ain't gonna fucking lie. Good genealogy know law in relative to where your fucking peoples was at. Right? How you find them other little nuances and shit like that. I wish I could do a screen share. I'm so sick. I'm doing this from my phone and it's not the same. It's not like how it is on the computer. So I don't really know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Trauma OCO? You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, they're supposed to have something for you. And these people don't have no smoke. So a good genealogist is going to know what laws was going on around your folks and all that. And it's not just going to surround themselves around the 5 civilized tribes. If you find that you have land allotments and you belong to those tribes, you better go and get the requirements that says you need the documentation you need to go and get back into your nation. Period. It has nothing to do with the rest of us. So if you want to be irresponsible and throw your shit away and then sit on the side of aggression, talk about the white, bitch, you got to go fight with them people to go get your grandma shit back. You said you on the Doors Rolls. You found the Doors Rolls application. They have a set of requirements. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign? Read the motherfucking sign. You act like you know law. Why can't you read the laws that allow you to get back in your nation? If they was going to give you some reparations or some type of restitution or some type of money and said your requirements are to have XYZ, do you have those XYZ requirements? If bands will make you dance, why won't you do what's right to get your fucking fortune? Are you stupid? You got a lottery ticket. They said you need your birth certificate, your grandmother's birth certificate. You done hit the fucking Powerball and you wish to remain anonymous. You don't want everybody to know you done got $700 million, right? So they make you pay damn near half of it and then half in taxes because of the gain taxes. They're not going to let you slide because you Indian. Nigga, stop lying to motherfuckers. You go on the Price is Right, you win a fucking car, you're not taking the car home unless you pay the fucking taxes. Bitch, stop lying to people. You don't know if your tribe is in amity and commerce with the government. And if the people that's saying that they are those same people you saying you are in amity and commerce with the same people, then you have to get back into your country. Go get back into your country. If you was filling out for a stimulus check or a welfare check, motherfucker, you gotta have documentation. You and your kids and shit. Nigga, get your documentation and go and get your fair share. And then talk shit from the inside. Don't talk shit from the outside looking in. Throwing rocks at a motherfucking house, your glass you can't break. That shit is triple pain. Yeah, my bad. My bad. They don't fucking tell you. A good genealogist is supposed to tell you when they say you got 150 acres over here, right? In this particular county. Me, I would show you what is that land right now. You need a geospatial image of what it is right now that they're saying. Because sometimes, most of the times, especially, and depending where you are, and I'm not gonna mention those places because now these niggas gonna try and bite some of the style and act like they ill, and they really not. It's not. It's a matter of spirit too. So you know people that behave in a capacity which is to harm people and injure motherfuckers just because, whatever reason they feel like they can. Not nothing real. Not because nobody did nothing to them. Because a motherfucker tell the truth. Shit like that, you know. And you can still be unbothered while you see these people having these motherfucking tantrums and shit, and they supposed to be fucking grown, and they're fucking weird, b. Fucking weird. Weird as fuck. Weird as fuck. I'm gonna drop the link. Drop the link. Drop the link. It was weird. It was weird. How many ancestors, how many grandmothers do you got? Nigga, I got the same amount as you, the same amount as everybody else. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? Grandma and grandpa, you will never lose a debate. You niggas, if these niggas been showing off, oh, they learned something new. Oh, a lot of people that they saying the slave trade was in reverse. They became such haters that they won't deny that some people really is African and not everybody is an Indian. They're not even going to tell the truth about that. So it's always going to be a disconnect. It's always going to be a disconnect. And then you have these specific places where even if they say a motherfucker African, they broke the law here saying this because this was the only designation that they was describing by the way they was describing people in this capacity. So it ended up meaning this, but it was under a terrorist administration that's in congressional records. So in some of those places, they can't pull that shit. So if your granddaddy's draft cards say from 1912 to 1946, a good genealogist is going to tell you if they say African, might not be true. Don't feel bad. They want to stash it. Use it anyway because this is how the United States Army is still alive. They're still a useful corporation. But now you can sue for them fucking up your granddaddy's ethnicity. That was part of the genocide. Here you go with your Title 18. This is part of your genealogy. It doesn't mean that you have to share your jackpot with me. This is what a good genealogist does. And if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then why can't the words be true? And if true words ain't good enough, then I don't know what to say to you. You could get tight and we could get right. It's totally up to you. But if you're going to talk, if you're going to run your mouth, motherfucker, run your mouth true. Bars, I'm just really fucking around with the fuck around. I got this from, probably shouldn't mention where I got this from, but hey, it's like that. Hey, if you want to, let's just say I want to hear some don't. You know how the Cali music, we don't, the West Coast music, boom, 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 again, you want to. When you got the top down, sometimes I don't really do that. Let me stop lying, because I don't like bugs, right? So all that top down shit be cute. Back in the days we used to do it when we used to go to Miami and shit for beach week and college and spring break and all that. But now, I don't fuck around. Because I don't like bugs. You shouldn't like bugs either. Not maybe in the same way, but I mean bugs in Indian country. Bugs in this lane of genealogy when you can go back and my timestamps are way longer. And some of these people, if you look at what they was doing in 2012, nigga, they was waiting on a fucking spaceship. I'm not lying. Say I'm lying. Let's take a lie detector test. I'm always interested. I'll pay half. Anybody. I'll pay half. I just want to do that. I don't want to engage in all this other fuckery shit. But look at the behavior. Let's just do it. Do it right. Just do it and do it right. What's wrong with doing the right thing? These motherfuckers is crazy, yo. They crazy. The same shit they love you for is the shit they hate you for in the end. These motherfuckers, and you gotta respect them. You leave the dead to deal with the dead, yo. There's no casting no pearls to swine. You shouldn't waste your motherfucking time. Because like I said, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, why these niggas got so many and they ain't got no truth? Right? Niggas is talking about crazy shit. Niggas is dealing with animosity and vitriol. They want to fucking it's just all of the violence in the world. These niggas ain't doing nothing for their freedom. I could still look them up and see what their crimes was. If they was really working hard, they could have their shit expunged, right? They can have their shit expunged. It's a whole bunch of avenues that everybody got. So a good genealogist is going to tell that person exactly what they need to know, right? They'll be honest about the things that they couldn't find, the people that they couldn't find, this thing. It ain't going to be a whole bunch of this and all that for what y'all think y'all not going to pay. So whether or not it's free, you're going to get free shit. I guess if it's free, you're going to get free shit. You're going to get free shit. Free shit ain't meant to last. Remember that. Free shit is a donation to the public for the time. But as employment, that is not free. You think somebody is a slave? What are you talking about? That's something that could be free included with everything else. Right? People bought bullshit packets packets from other people, right? What's wrong with sending me a little $20 because I made somebody feel good about some shit they was feeling? If people could relate to the shit I'm talking about vicariously through me, what's wrong with that? Fuck is wrong with that? I ain't out here enough begging nobody for shit. I appreciate what people do for me. I appreciate how people compliment what I do for them, what they feel I do for them. That makes me feel good. And I'm here for y'all. I ain't here for these other motherfuckers. And sometimes they have a problem with that. But again, that's not my problem. And I'm always going to apologize that I may have to address this other shit. But in the interim, it's still a teaching experience. And you know what I'm saying? So people can know what it is, right? So people can know what it is for real. The same way I said I was going to do it. These niggas ain't no different. They no different. Different type of enemy. Why they make this presentation that these people that was created in a lab is doing all this stuff when really they're nowhere near us because they're so busy stealing everybody else's shit that they left these niggas in charge of fucking us up. And these niggas is coming from all of these generations of motherfuckers that destroyed the nation. They ain't take care of these kids, and now look at them. They out of fucking control. Right? And these women, even for the single women, some single women did so wonderful. They did their best by their children, and you can see the fruit of that. You can see how well the children behave and how they, you know what I'm saying? Turned out good. Look at him. There's a lot of that. And then there's that, damn, baby, what happened to you? There's the look at you, you sure turned out fine. And then it's the damn, baby, what happened to you? You all right? What happened? I ain't seen you since you was like, right? You gotta fucking you be back, connect with the community. You gotta, everybody's issues ain't the same. And you gotta fix the long-term issue. You can't just come in and, you know what I'm saying, feed a nigga tonight and don't be able to be there every single day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Every time the motherfucker get hungry. And in the event that you are, that's your job and that is great. And you should focus on that, not nothing else going on that's in some shit that's not your lane, because that's distracting. And especially if you're doing some wicked shit, you cursing these people's shit. You should put doo-doo on shit. You're supposed to have the right energy. You can't just cook people food and you don't do it with love. Right. You know? So this shit is real bugged out. It's like, how do they want to tell the truth or not? A good genealogist is going to tell you shit like I've told people about Alabama. And that's probably on the Discord, right? It's probably on the Discord. I always keep reminding people, if you got lineage from Alabama, here is how you clap back. This is how you clap back. If you have one ancestor that is deemed mulatto on any Alabama paperwork, I, a good genealogist, have the law that says anyone of Indian, as of written as mulatto, is of Indian ancestry. Now, good genealogists is supposed to tell you that. That's what good genealogists do. You do not, and if they're saying that, they stole it from us. Stealing things from me. So there should be no argument when they're seasoned, right? I got you, Arawak. That requires me to be on my computer, and I'm not able to do that right now. So I'm using a different device, and I have where I'm at, it's not gonna work. Um, so a good genealogist is supposed to tell you things about your past. that explain what it is that they find. Point you in a direction to look at other things, and their job is done. But a free nigga that's giving you the doors rolls and telling you not to go fuck with your family shit, something is wrong with that. That is not a good genealogist. Even if you go to the tribe and they turn you down, you better pay attention to the reasons why they're turning you down, because they don't turn you down without an explanation. It just feels like rejection, and sometimes it's hard, but they're not saying what you're saying is a lie. They're saying, prove it, motherfucker. What's wrong with saying prove it? And what is required for you to prove it, you can obtain it. But if you're thinking defeatism, if you are thinking the other type of mentality, you're probably not going to produce it because you did not make the right affirmations in pursuit of what you know is there. And you got to make it do this to get to the fucking finish line. So now you don't even feel like you deserve your reward. This is what the power of Black Power did to our people. Now that they're out of that and they come back home, they still think that they're out there on the motherfucking Atlantic. They expect somewhere out there on this ocean, I know my ship is coming in. They still there, even though they like, we ain't coming no ships, ain't no ships here, da 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 da. They say it all the time, but they behave another way. And if that is what your genealogist does, then I'm going to suggest you get you a new one. Do it yourself. There's some things that you have to have in order to give a good genealogist a great running start. So I appreciate the people that tell me their stories. When people tell me how they get me all charged up, because, I ain't really want to do it in a long time, but now people is in trouble fucking with other shit. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, you just getting shut down because that ain't your people's. That's why. That ain't the right folks. Right? So now, here it is. You have to have a certain amount of inspiration to want to do it in the first place, not just because everybody else is doing it. So I appreciate when I hear, I've been thinking about this for 20 years and I tried and I couldn't get this and that. And then I used this person and this person did all of this, which was excellent work, right? And this is the first time that I have worked on top of somebody else's work. But the person that got it to this level was very good and very thorough. It was very easy to go from the starting individual to where this person went and understand what's going on in this. But fuck all that. This motherfucking beautiful one, she was so enchanted, and the way she told me how this grandparent had a hold on her, and she always, was connected. I was instantly start helping her and start looking it up. And as I'm looking it up, I was feeling every bit of what she's saying because I know that feeling. So with that, I was able to channel this sister's energy as I already had it myself, and I found a little more. So now later on, we have another conversation. And in this other conversation, I'm like, listen, I saw this. I just didn't say that no more because everybody was just like, wow. I was just freestyling. I happened to have access to another device that was really quick, and I was already on it, so I was able to be like, boop, 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 boop. Now I found all this other shit that you wouldn't even think is where it's at. But this is absolutely it, right? And it requires me to read a little bit in somebody else's handwriting and shit like that in these transcripts. But I can tell you for a fact, they all got the same names. It's the same people that's way over here. So now if I see them on census records back over here where I just happen to find this motherfucking will, then that means they had to go back. They could be from way right here where we at. And the reason why, because they might have had to go back and report every 10 years for the census. A good genealogist is going to tell you that. One that's worth their money. Give you the drop instantaneously, specifically to you and who your fucking peoples are. But if you want the branches to start finding all these other leaves and shit for free, that takes up a lot of a nigga's life and time. And for themselves, that means they won't be able to do any contributions to their own shit, especially if they want to do it for a living. If you got a lot of stuff going on and stuff like that, it's not something that you could do for everybody. And it's also a spiritual experience because you, the genealogists, are asking other people's ancestors, right, for permission to be looked up. You're asking other people's ancestors that niggas neglected while they was on some back to Africa in my blood. We was home now when they over there took their little fucking trip to wherever, Soweto and shit, and all these other places and stuff. Remember people who was doing that? They had the Kente Club, they had all this other stuff. There was something else before they came here, but they wanted to tell the people that never left here who the fuck they be. Isn't that kind of wild? So if me and my colleagues and my family is 15, 10, 15, 20 years ahead of people in this lane, and they're not telling you that, I don't know. I don't know. They're not doing that for free. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. And yeah, no. You wouldn't want them to. And then you have, because you got too many stories to remember about too many different branches. You end up storing it all here, right? So if you end up at the 10th generation, you got 512 people. How many niggas have went past that? What free genealogist got you to the 10th, 20th generation? And every single source and things that's documented and things that's not on Ancestry and Family Search that you have to upload to Family Search, you got to show the Mormons some other shit about your peoples, right? And a good genealogist gonna show a motherfucker how to use WorldCat. I don't know what these people be talking about. So now, if you got these land patents and you're part of the George Rolls, then you need to have those people that have, if that is their argument and they are there within that criteria, ain't nothing changed, right? Even though they struck down the blood quantum, nigga, you still got to have somebody in there from a short window, 1907, maybe 1899, up to like 1910. That's shit. Shit, son. That's it. And most of us was born in the 1900s, right? Whether at the end or whatever, you was born in the 1900s. That was still the same century that you should have been able to have some sort of insight on. And if not, then the people that you've been listening to been telling you a bunch of cockamamie shit that hasn't really been worth a shit. So you got to know how you're wasting your time, how you're spending your time. If you're getting something of quality and substance and something that's going to energize you and keep you perpetually doing what's right and able to get to the next level of what it is by default, because that's how you behaving. This is what you're working on, right? And you're doing it consistently and shit like that. Don't waste your time in these places that just give you all this fucking pomp and circumstance and they're not really giving it to you the right way. They want it all packaged up. I know these people say, "Oh, you use too much profanity," and I'm like, "Hold on, I speak life into shit. I do not. I'm a life giver, right? I'm a life giver. I speak life. So regardless of me cussing, it's not the same as cursing. People listen to, they're killing our kids. That's a curse. These niggas do it all the time. And they didn't use one bit of word of profanity, but they still liars and they're still spooks because they're fucking doing the whole spell casting and don't even know it. And they want to blame white people, but these are the niggas using their fears to cast fucking spells on a group of everybody else that ain't got nothing to do with it. They generate all of this energy, that fear energy, into a cluster of people that have all of this fear, right? And these fucked up characteristics in which they tried to make it attractive. Now niggas can't even recognize the good one, the good guys that's out there that take care of their wife and kids. The good guys that's not out here trying to talk to R. Kelly, nobody daughter and shit like that. Niggas can't even identify the good sister. If you listen to these niggas, they abuse every kind of woman. They abuse the woman in church. They abuse the bitch that go to school, the bitch with no job, the bitch with a job, the bitch with the big booty, the bitch with no breasts, the bitch with big breasts and no booty. They talk about the fat chicks, they talk about the skinny chicks, they talk about the ones with jobs, with good jobs that make more money than them. They talk about everything about them. They don't like women no more. They like men. And somehow they have such a radar of who is so trans, bi, and all this other stuff. They have such a radar for that they can't even tell their homeboy that's a fucking rapist right next to them. Or the niggas that they used to follow, like the Polites and all these other people that they used to be a part of before they became over here and was chief and all this other shit. Right? They was a part of all that other unsavory Malachi York experience, all this other wild shit, all these other shit birds and piece of shit niggas. And why that told you about what the white man did, but never talk about niggas didn't magnify and be objective and non-impartial. They was impartial. So with these crimes, these niggas was doing the whole time. Fuck out of here. You know, people saying shit that was out of order. You swept it under the rug and shit like that. Nigga, you part of the problem. You a nation killer. You ain't a nation healer. You ain't a nation builder. You can't even help people heal from the crimes that you committed. And then by default, you've now damned your soul just like the motherfucker that really did it because you participated in something. You are a co-conspirator to some fucked up shit, some deviant shit that went against the people you say is your people. What's up? And these are the people that these niggas learn from. So therefore, they can't come and do right and have the right correction, get the right knowledge and shit like that. It's always going to be a resistance. They don't respect their mothers. A lot of their mamas let them down, right? That's why I always got to come back in and do my Phoenix Sun shit. Try to raise them up in the way they would go, and they already broken. And I know this because I got kids their age, and they fine. And one of mine got snatched up and had to institutionalize, and he taking care of himself without having to be monitored and shit like that. He not hurting people. That's important. Cares about his family, right? Selective who he put his seed to. Respectful. He gonna open the door for your grandmother when she go to the store. He's picking the bags up. He'll punch a nigga in the face for trying to steal your mother's purse. He that type. He'll quiet that and do right. It's to make him go shovel people on the corner out. Oh, we don't know them people. Why I gotta shovel them? Because they're old and nobody comes to see them, and the mailman ain't even go by their house. In 3 days, go and shovel them old people out and don't ask me nothing else. Ambulance can't even get over there if something wrong. I ain't seen these elders in 3 days. Go and shovel out a path. Maybe 2 days, but cussing and cursing ain't the same damn thing. Cussing and cursing ain't the same thing. Niggas wish poverty on you, right? Wish you ain't got this, you ain't got that. Oh, little wig, nah. All this vitriol and all this other shit, and what they doing to get their grandma and them shit back? Nothing. Sitting here lying about what somebody lying about. This shit is fucked up. Where they teachings came from. This what their grandmas taught them. And let them show you. They don't get to take it back. You can see what their grandmas taught them, right? And if that's the case, then you know what they working with. There you go. There you go. Right? Showing people how to connect with their family. These niggas is attached to the people energy. My family don't fuck with me. They don't love me. They attach to themselves to their energy and have you and a little bit of people that do fuck with you not fuck with you no more. Like, look at how the vibe is doing. All that shit is unhealthy. This is a very promising thing, a very certain thing that can happen, right, for the people that saying they are the people. Very promising thing. There is no L's you taking if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So a good genealogist is going to get to the bottom of whatever it is that is special and unique for your family. It's always nice when you go across these families, be like, God damn it, we're related. Look, I got these people too, and look at they're in the same town. Interesting. Oh my, look. Right? But this sister that I was talking about that was so fired up about this ancestor made me fired up. I was long off the phone, off the platform with the sister, and guess who woke me up the next day? Her ancestor. Guess what I did? Got right the fuck to work. I couldn't shake her man's in them. That's how strong it was. Find me, Moon. Pull up, Moon. Yes. Yes. This lady made me feel this dude. She long disconnected. He came to visit me the other day. I was finished with he came to see me the other day. Somebody else's people. His presence was not going the fuck away. And I heard it loud and motherfucking clear. And it was beautiful. And she inspired me to help a little more people. Don't stop. Shout out to that beautiful sister. And her pleasant ancestor that comes to check on me. I ain't talked to this sister in a while since then. But her ancestor came to check on me. That was dope. That was dope. But good genealogist, you might want to subscribe. You might want to like this video. You might want to share this video. You should share this video. Because these should be the things that people that say they pulling up to Indian country should be able to provide. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any questions, please direct them to this video. Leave it in the comment section. We can answer all the questions. I could drop links. You can welcome yourself to nograndmakillers on Discord. Certainly do that, right? Pull up over there. We can absolutely dialogue. I can show you the proof. I could back up everything I say with the way that it is written, really simple and clear. I will make sure that you have access to the things so that they're clear for you. So these schmucks and, so-called experts don't have the N1 on you. Right? Hands down. They should come with that. Customer service too, right? Quality. Produces quantity and it stands on its own. So hating all of these people is ridiculous because you don't know who the fuck your uncle's married, nigga. Everybody chasing their own grandma and grandpa. They're not experts on collateral lines. They have not followed all 90 years of your grandmother's 10 siblings. The other 10 siblings you don't know nothing about, and them people had 20 kids that's still your grandmother's nieces and nephews that you don't even know. So yeah, good genealogists, and those things show you, oh shit, well, if your uncle, fifth grade uncle was the chief, then that means your grandma was such and such. Hey, here we go. We found your grandma. How about that? Right? I just found these Joneses that I'm going to suspect they're Tuscarora because a couple years ago I found them on the Onondaga Reservation, right? I found them and they got some Iroquois Confederacy lineage, and they're there, right? So now I know when I see these census records for somebody else, I know who who is in this area, and even though it may not say Indian, I know for a fact that they are. Good genealogists should be able to tell you that. Any other questions? Any other questions? When you ask me, or a motherfucker ask you, or think that you stealing some genealogy and some ancestry, and these motherfuckers ask you, how many grandparents do she got? How many do you got? You turn to that motherfucker and say, the same amount of grandparents that your motherfucking ass got. And point to random people, because that motherfucker, guess what, got the same amount of motherfucking grandparents. And look to the right and to the left, even perfect strangers that you'll never speak to. Just look around you, wherever you are in the motherfucking world, even if you're watching from a different country right now. Look at that motherfucker. He got the same amount of grandparents as you. And that's really it. That's really all I wanted to say. Hope everybody has a wonderful fucking day. Got my good motherfucking news, so the sun is gonna shine wherever the fuck I'm at. I'm appreciative and I have a lot of fucking gratitude. So when I say fucking gratitude, I really mean that. Not because I'm cursing, because I'm blissing. Right? With sincerity and truth. People will love it. A person that speaks in very nice fashion and doesn't speak aggressively, and they're so smart, and their so diction is perfect, and their dialogue and very monotone, and this, that, has told you a bunch of motherfucking lies, right? A bunch of motherfucking lies, and niggas was okay with that. So a little shit, fuck damn here and there has never fucking killed you, but it gets your fucking attention, right? Get your attention. That shouldn't disturb you. The shit that you loved as a lie that sounded smooth, yeah, that absolutely should disturb you, right? And there's no gypsies out this motherfucker, so there's nobody running around here saying that I fucked their shit up. That's an absolute lie, right? And please make sure you drop the comments. If you ever see anybody saying that I do, please drop the comments, drop the motherfucking link so I can drag them in court, because I'd be happy to show my records. I won't do it at their expense. I'll do it at the law's expense. My books are clean. My records are available. And like I said, I'm in motherfucking tag. I'm a whole professional out this bitch, because I take this shit as some sacred shit, right? This ain't about, oh, they gotta give us back what we started. Nigga, if I use all that larceny and that fucking hate, I'll make poor fucking decisions and I'll blow it before we even get to the bag. I've always been a motherfucking winner, and I'm really in competition with myself. And I push myself to extreme fucking limits, all within my comfort zone, so that I stay healthy and that I stay sane. So now that I know what I know and all of the shit that I've acquired for my tribe over the course of these years, I've also been sharing it with you and your tribe for free. So when these niggas think that I'm supposed to do all of this other fancy shit and everybody is responsible for what everybody else's tribe did, that is a fucking bullshit thing. And for people to be joining up tribes because somebody just says, hey, you are a such and such and such and such, you part of my tribe and I'm a chief and I'm this and that and fuck the government and this and that, you can guarantee you're going to be oppressed in that fucking so-called tribe, that so-called nation too, right? What are you talking about? Where's the government structure? Because you know what's so crazy? If everybody is as Indian as they say they are, again, I show this shit all the motherfucking time. A good genealogist is going to be able to point you in the right direction when you have other questions that they don't have a lot of knowledge of. So now they're going to pass you on somebody else who might be a specialist, like I happen to be in, pre-colonial law and different general assembly, and how to find these things that was oppressive, right? Because they talk about a lot of these Jim Crow laws, but people ain't never really read them. You ain't never really sat there and said, look, and here, motherfuckers is lying. It said there's laws on the books in New York City that say you can't wear slippers outside after 10 p.m. It's laws in New York City that say you can't have an ice cream cone in your pocket on a Sunday. It's dumb, and this is true. It's dumb. It's laws on the books this day that talks about barbershops and beauty parlors being open on Sunday. It's laws on this books till this day that talk about you can't even open your mouth to speak, say good morning or nothing to nobody on the elevator. What y'all talking about? I'm exploring the law and the law and the law. And don't know You thought the cop was fucking with me because I'm Indian. You lying motherfucker. You was talking on the elevator. You don't know it's the law, but you know it is. That's fucking crazy. And it'll look like some whole other shit, but niggas don't know what the details are. I promise you, look up strange New York laws. And you can't talk to a motherfucker in the elevator. Not even talking to your mate. Like, babe, you hungry? Let a motherfucking RoboCop be on that shit. He could nightstick you. Oh, you're going in. Fuck y'all little romantic honeymoon up on the 44th floor and shit. That's a fact. Look, the couple was minding their business on the elevator. As soon as they got off, the police bum rushed her boy, her husband. They just got married. It's terrible. All these feelings happen before the fact finding does. And something just as stupid and minute as that could be a reason why it may look like a fucking pilgrim got away with some shit he shouldn't have got away with. People are fucking really aggressive with their emotions, but not with their facts, proof, truth, and evidence. You got to have that to make it stick. So if you're not interested in sticking it to this big bad government that I hate, but you also say you built it too, right? And you also say you created white people in a lab, and now your experiment has ran wild as fuck. You niggas can't be in charge because y'all was on charge. This was y'all watch, and niggas was going across the Atlantic 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and they still over here, and they wear feathers every motherfucking day. And you know, them shit might be vulture feathers. They ain't telling the truth. And then you got to stop wasting your time with that. You can't get the time back. You can't get the fucking time back. You listen to these motherfuckers lie to you. You can't get the time back. You can't get the fucking time back. And one thing you can say about Moon, I get to the fucking shit. I get to it. I get straight to it when I come. I really love y'all, and I hope y'all do better, man. I hope y'all do better, man. I ain't never been against nobody winning, but I know people really don't want me to have nothing to do with the win. And that's their personal problem because they all show you about the reason to lose and shit. And niggas will cover it up because of what they feeling and shit, not what's really true. When they say they came for the truth, they're not true with the build, they true with the kill. And that's fine. But when it's time to go to destroy some other shit, that's who you send to go over there. But other than that, they don't really need to, you know, be in the process of this because they always gonna put the opposite of what's right in its right place. They gonna make sure that you stay at a level that's this is down here is always your fucking apex. That's fucked. Niggas been retarded. If you have been around 2-3 years and you are still asking what do I do next after somebody told you that you some type of Indian, you're fucking crazy. You got gypped. You got gypped. And if it was free, that's fucked up. You got what you paid for. If it was free, you got what you paid for. Some people got what they paid for and then some. I remember on Thanksgiving, I did a motherfucking genealogy for free. Thorough, for free. Thorough, on the strength. I got videos and the same niggas call me a bitch and say I don't know nothing about genealogy. Same niggas call me a bitch today. I got these motherfuckers saying, yo, she did some amazing shit. Yo, when I tell you this woman, she opened my, she did. Now I'm public enemy number one. One. I pay for this, I pay for that. I pay for this, I pay for that. Lies, nigga. Everything you paid for belonged to you and was for your use. Whether it was contributed in another place is a part of your usefulness and your area in which you applied yourself. Not that you got appointed. You applied yourself, inserted yourself into this, and that was to make up for the situation that you needed to be pulled away from. Nigga needed to be pulled away from an awful situation. Swear ain't got nothing to do with it. And then there was this other situation that dragged on for 90 days, and damn. It was hard to accept, but you forgive a nigga for they dirty last 90 days. Dirty last 90 days, prior 90 days, and you love them and you take them for the job that you didn't hire them for, but they insert themselves in, and this is the lineup, right, into doing the shit that they was doing when they was over there, but they couldn't do nothing crazy over there because them people over there made them motherfuckers sign non-disclosures and shit. You know what I'm saying? Quite often. Right? Some really wild shit. It's deviants running around here. There was a deviant back in the days out here that people sent out here on me, right? These niggas out here talking shit, fuck with deviants. They fuck with all the peoples, right? All you gotta do is look back. But people be attracted to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And ain't nobody can stop you from that. But you better go and verify what it is that motherfucker giving you. Some people ain't capable. They just followers and they just gonna roll with the roll and all that. And they not gonna do the work. They not gonna do all that. But I'll tell you what, before you join all these tribes and shit like that, it should be to a point where you can have 5 to your whole family doing the same thing because y'all part of the same body. So if it ain't good enough for you to have your mama, your daddy, your auntie and all your little nieces and nephews and your children and all this other shit, if it ain't good enough for all of them, because it includes them too. Anybody that has blood relativity to the same grandparent that these motherfuckers, so-called genealogists, is giving you, nigga, that means them too. So when you bump into some of these motherfucking properties, a good genealogist is gonna tell you, hey, your grandma's cousin Leroy is still alive. He 103, and he live in Greensboro, North Carolina, on the land right now. That man had 3 wives and 20 kids that are still now the descendant of the same grandma as you. So when you be like, we getting our land back in North Carolina, bitch, you gonna kill off Uncle Leroy and every last one of his bloodline because he is still closer in direct lineage than you are to that grandma. And if you will it to his children, then y'all don't got nothing. Unless grandma left a piece to your parent. Understand that? Oh, so a good genealogist is going to tell you that you're going to want to rewind this video. I'm dropping a lot of shit. Y'all going to want to rewind this video. You're going to want to rewind this video. You're going to want to rewind this video and consider who's doing your genealogy, and do you want them to wake your dead ancestors up? Do your dead ancestors want to be woken up by them? You better make that fucking decision. And that's a consultation that your genealogist should probably have with you, because you got to have the stomach for this shit. And if you look at all my old videos, I always tell people, yo, this shit, ooh, this is crazy. Ooh, this is crazy. But if a motherfucker asks you how many grandparents you got, what y'all gonna say? Can y'all drop it in the chat? What's gonna be your answer, guys? The same amount as everybody else. That is how you win an argument about genealogy. This is going to be the talking point. I want you guys to keep this shit in mind. This is going to be one of your debate points when you are discussing these things. When they ask you, as far as genealogy is concerned, how many grandparents do you have? Motherfucker, they can't question if you drop 1,000 grandmothers. They got 1,000 too. Nigga, you got 10 generations, they got 10 generations too. Just because you know more about your 10 generations than they know about theirs. You let them know, baby, what? You let them know. When they want to know how many grandmothers and grandfathers do you got, your lineage keep changing. You know that these niggas is slow. And they learning from lame people that want something from you. They need you, but you don't need them, but you too dumb to know, and you become their friend and go. And there you go, there you go, there you go. And Moon can't help you. And Moon can't help you when you realize. So that's right, beloved. When they ask you, how many grandparents do you got? You tell them the same amount as everybody else. Find your parents. Find them. Don't be listening to these dumb motherfuckers acting like they gonna scribe you for free, baby. Despise free lunch. Okay? It's a fact. That's a fact. The same as everybody else. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Um, if you're driving to work, don't fidget with the dashboard. Keep your eyes on the road now. I ain't that motherfucking important. Don't text and drive. Don't really fuck with your device trying to fuck with more. You can always catch it on the playback. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy y'all pulled up. I just want to keep it real like I came to do. Just like I came to do, right? So if you have any inspirational things, you can always hit my inbox with that. If you got one of them ancestors that's busting on you and they won't leave you the fuck alone, tell me about that. Let's talk about that person. Let's try and focus in on the energy and see what we could pull up. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to look over what somebody else did, um, you're not so sure and you kind of still at a dead end, I present that to me as well. But I just want y'all to know you gotta look into what it is for what it is, right? Nobody could bullshit you, and you shouldn't be coming into this naive and don't think that these skin folk motherfuckers won't bullshit you because they do. Don't look and be weird because I tell you they bullshitting you, right? But they make you feel better. And if they make you feel better, then I know what you attached to, and I have to let you be who you are. One thing about letting people be who they are is believing them, whatever it is, the outcome is. I am in no control of that. Therefore, how I say something about nobody ends up being somebody's motherfucking problem, somebody's fucking headache or reason to be aggressive and combative and all fucking crazy and shit like that. That's not my problem. That's theirs. If your shoe ain't tied, then don't motherfucking trip. And if it is untied, then nigga lace that bitch up. What's up? Tighten up. So that's the end of that. But like I said, I'm glad y'all pulled up. I'm glad y'all came. Share this video, yo. Just to see what they genealogists is worth. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, these niggas need to have something real right to say instead of just assuming and grabbing onto some shit that don't belong to them and dragging up this bullshit ass controversy. They're here for the distraction. They're here for all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of appreciate it because they end up getting me more subscribers and shit because people want to know. See, this is the part of psychologically that these bitches don't know, right? And I don't really entertain this shit, but I didn't know that it was this explosive still to this magnitude. The same people for years. It's never been any pilgrims telling me nothing. It's always been these niggas. Everybody's favorite aboriginals, everybody's favorite wild, well, fucking Indian shit like that. This shit is crazy. The wild Indians and shit. The unchained ones, the straggling ones. This is the ones that was with the congressional record and shit that was having all sorts of problems too. There's a lot of them there, and that is why they are called. They're off reservations. They are outside of this. They are outside of that. You can look it up. It's a legal definition, right? Now, there may be reasons to become wild in protest of what was, but you got to know what that protest was about. And a lot of people that's wild don't know what those protests were absolutely about in regards to their specific line or lineages. And that's what they need to be qualified to discuss, determine, to talk about, you know? And like I said, y'all share this video, like the video, leave a comment. You got any questions? I'll try and answer them. Make sure y'all put this video out because it's time that people, it's beneficial that everybody in the world does their genealogy. All the people here in the Americas so we can sort these motherfuckers out. Because now people have been deceived by people that say that they Indian and they're really not. right? And you can kind of tell by their soul. They call people from the Americas their soul people. So now they're gonna make it look like every single Indian in America was dark skinned. So that means you have to lose your red bone grandma. You have to hide your full blood red bone grandma, right? You have to hide your full blood red bone grandma for these niggas because they will say that she's somebody else that don't belong. And if these niggas are saying who they say they are, and they're saying those people are not who they say they are, then they have to go to that territory and say, hey, it's a fraud going on. Ain't no statute of limitations on the motherfucking fraud. So if people is really stealing your people's shit right now and actively, you can go and have them fucking removed if you think you're bad. If you think you're bad, in my elephant man voice. Hey, if you think you're bad, if you think you're bad, if you think you're bad, right? Facts. So I don't know what they talking about for real, but this is not a lie. Nothing I'm saying is a lie. When they ask you how many grandparents do you have, you tell them motherfuckers the same amount as you. Shapisalachi K.